Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 8. I'm John Cooney. Let's talk about comics, specifically comics shipping this first week of April 2012. A lot of great titles out this week. From DC, we've got Action Comics number 8. That is the conclusion of the first story arc from Grant Morrison with Rags Morales artwork, and it's been fun. It's the conclusion of the battle of Superman versus Brainiac for the fate of Metropolis, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends. We've got Detective Comics number 8. The Scarecrow has a new fear gas, and we've seen the impact that that's had on Batman, and we'll see where that goes next. We've got Justice League International number 8, kind of the aftermath of the fatal breakdown attack, and now we have to see the team try to pull together, and we will have an introduction of a new team member. Also this week from DC, we see kind of the first of the last. We've had some titles from the New 52 that had been canceled, and we're seeing some of these last issues from these canceled titles out this week. We've got Hawk and Dove number 8, their final issue. Men of War number 8, final issue. OMAC number 8, final issue, and Static Shock number 8, the final issue. Now they've canceled 6 titles. The other 2 titles are Blackhawks and Mr. Terrific, so we'll see their number 8s out this month. And then they've started 6 new titles to replace them, and I'm excited for a few of these. We've got Batman Incorporated, also written by Grant Morrison, taking the Batman brand and franchising it globally. We've got Earth 2, written by James Robinson, and that is the parallel Earth story of the Justice Society. We've got World's Finest, written by Paul Levitz, and that's with George Perez and Kevin McGuire doing tag team artwork, alternating art, and featuring Huntress and Power Girl, which I would like to see drawn by George Perez. We've got Dial H, which is a kind of a classic storyline concept about the psychological effects on just an everyday man who accidentally comes by powers and becomes a hero. We've got G.I. Combat, written by J.T. Kroll. That's going to be a war book that features both a primary story and then rotating backup stories, such as The War That Time Forgot, The Unknown Soldier, The Haunted Tank, all classic DC storylines. And the last replacement book, we've got The Ravagers, which is spinning out of the storylines that we've seen in Teen Titans and Superboy, written by Howard Mackie. I'm excited to read that too. So a lot of good books coming in, some books that weren't doing so well going out. I'm grateful that DC is making changes where they feel it's necessary and trying to keep this line fresh. So I'm looking forward to these new books. Now, from Marvel this week, we've got some great titles, too. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 683, and that is Spider-Man and the Avengers squaring off against Doc Ock and the Sinister Six. We've got Avengers Academy number 28, which is the second part of the Runaways storyline, and interested to see what the results are for that. We've got Avengers vs. X-Men number 1. We had the Zero issue that was out last week that set the stage, and now we've got the actual. We're getting into the actual start of the storyline, and I'm eager to see where this goes. This is one of the most anticipated events that Marvel has put out for a while. We've got Daredevil 10.1 out this week. That is, again, another one of those jumping on point books, the .1 books that Marvel is issuing, and this is setting up the stage for Daredevil Spider-Man Punisher crossover that is happening. We've got Fear Itself, the Fearless number 12. This is the final issue of that series, which is kind of the aftermath of last year's big Fear Itself event, and where we're going to see the final destinies of Valkyrie and Sin. We've got Hulk number 50 out this week. This is a bonus size issue, also designated as a good jumping on point as a new story arc begins of the Haunted Hulk, and we'll have guest appearances by Doctor Strange, the Red She-Hulk, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Daredevil, and others. And finally from Marvel this week, we've got Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 9, and again we're seeing this new Spider-Man replacing Peter Parker, and it's going to continue to develop his journey into becoming a hero, especially one that has some big shoes to fill. One other book that I want to mention, independent book, so to speak, by Image Comics is Invincible number 90 out this week, written by Robert Kirkman, who we're familiar with from Walking Dead. If you want to see what Robert Kirkman can do with superhero, I really enjoy Invincible. And it's told with the same attention to detail and personality and character development that we like in The Walking Dead, and it's nice to see that he can do that in the superhero genre as well. Well, that's it for me this week. There's quite a few books out that I'm excited for, and a lot more that's available that may pique your interest. So check with your local comic book shop, see what you find on the shelves that you like, and let me know what you think about these books or other books. You can visit me on my comic book blog, he'sgotissues.com. Let me know what you think, what you're reading, or what you think of what I'm reading. And until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.